Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome to our first lesson in this course, Advanced English Grammar. In this meeting, we are going to discuss about the present perfect tense. We have already discussed about this topic in intermediate English grammar last semester. In this semester, we are going to review your knowledge, and also I'm going to test you again if you still have the knowledge and analysis skill to answer the questions. Present perfect tense is always used in spoken conversation, so this will be very useful for you to improve your English speaking skill, and also to gain more knowledge and analysis skill for this set of rules. So first, let's check out the material.
Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Let's start with the definition. So, the present perfect tense is a sentence form used to express actions, situations, status that occurred at a non-specific time. The present perfect tense is also used to express actions that started in the past but continue to the present. We can see the graphic here. The use of present perfect tense is in here, the part between the past and the present. Activity started in the past and might continue to the present or even the future. Okay, next, let's see, this is the formula. S for subject and verb 3 is past participle. Okay, let's see for the positive sentence. Subject have has past participle. Example, I have worked a lot today. This is for the verbal sentence and the nominal sentence. Subject have has been plus object. My mother has been a teacher since 1999. And then the interrogative sentence, have has plus subject plus past participle. Have you worked a lot? Or in the nominal sentence, have has subject been plus object. Have you been to Mr. Smith's house? The sentence, subject plus have has plus not plus past participle. I have not worked a lot yet. And in the nominal sentence, subject have has never been object. I have never been to Disneyland. Okay. Next, we use the present perfect for something that started in the past and continues in the present. For example, they've been married for nearly 50 years. The sentence did not say that they are still married, but it might continue in the present or even the future. Okay, so she has lived in Liverpool all her life. Okay. And then we use the present perfect when we are talking about experience up to the present. For example, I have seen that film before, or I've seen. I've played the guitar even since I was a teenager. He has written 3 books and he is working on another one. Okay. We often use the adverb ever, this adverb ever, to talk about experience up to the present. For example, my last birthday was the worst day I have ever had. And we use never for the negative form. Have you ever met George? Yes, but I've never met his wife. Okay. We can also use the present perfect for something that happened in the past but is important in the present. I mean, it has the impact in the present. For example, I cannot get into the house. I've lost my keys. So, because this person lost the keys, he or she cannot get in the house. So, what happened in the past get the impact in the present. Teresa isn't at home. I think she has gone shopping. So this sentence is the person make a conclusion because Teresa isn't at home, so the person think that she has gone shopping. We also use the present perfect for actions of duration that occurred in the past, before now, but are of unspecified time. So, for example, she has visited the Guggenheim. We have built a fence. They have been to France. There are no specific time, but it has occurred in the past. We also use the present perfect for when someone has gone to a place and returned. For example, where have you been? I've just been out to the supermarket. Have you ever been to San Francisco? No, but I have been to Los Angeles. But when someone has not returned, we use have or has gone. So when someone returned, we use been, and when someone has not returned, we use gone. For example, where's Maria? I haven't seen her for weeks. She's gone to Paris for a week. She'll be back tomorrow. So that's the example of when someone uh, returned and when someone has been gone. Okay, present perfect with time adverbials. We often use the present perfect with adverbials which refer to the recent past. For example, recently, just, only just. Science, for example, scientists have recently discovered a new breed of monkey. We have just got back from our holidays. Okay, so this is the time adverbials for a present perfect. Adverbials, which includes in the present, for example, so far, until now, up to now, ever, for example, in questions, and yet in questions and negatives. We can see the examples in here. Have you ever seen a ghost? Where have you been up to now? For example, in the conversation, have you finished your homework yet? No, so far I've only done my history. After a clause, with the present perfect, we often use a clause with since to show when something started in the past. For example, I've worked here since I left school. I've been watching that program every week since it started. Okay, be careful. So, present perfect tense, uh, we always use the the time adverbial for a present perfect tense because it happened in the past. We often use the time adverbial for a simple past. So we have to know the difference that it's not the same. Okay, for example, yesterday, last week, or last month, or last year, or in 2017, or when I was younger. All of these time adverbials is for simple past. Okay, so let's see the example. I have seen that film yesterday. We are not supposed to do this because this is the time adverbial for simple past. We can say it like this. I have seen that film. My mom and I saw it yesterday. So this one is the present perfect and this one is the simple past. We can make these two related sentences, but we cannot mix the time adverbials. We have to make the time adverbials in the right tenses. So we have to make another sentence that fit it. Okay? And then the next example, we have just bought a new car last week. We have to erase the time adverbials to just being, we have just bought a new car. Okay, for example, for another example, when we were children, we have been to California. This is not the correct sentence because this is the clause for adverbial clause for simple past. The correct sentence should be we have been to California. We went there when we were children. So this is the example. We have to be careful in using the time adverbials, okay, because it's pretty tricky. But we can use the present perfect with adverbials, which refer to a time which is not yet finished. For example, today, this week, this month, this year. Now that I am 18, for example, have you seen Helen today? Or we have bought a new car this week. Okay, that's the correct example of the time adverbials. Okay, so here I'm going to give you the example on how to do the exercise. As you can see, we have our first option of multiple choice exercise. You can directly click on one of the answers and then choose, and then after that if you have already decided one of the answer, and then you can click next page. Okay, so that's how to do the exercise on multiple choice. And then the second is a short answer. So here you have to type down the answer on this question. So for example, the answer is have been. You have to type it down, and I hope that you don't set your cell phone on different font, so that it can be considered correct. Because if you this is very sensitive, and if you answer differently than the answer that I put in, you will be considered wrong. Okay, so for example, you add comma, that can be considered wrong, even if this answer is correct. But if you add, or for example, like you mistyped it, or you have it typo, then it's also considered wrong. For example, like this, it can be considered wrong, or like this, it can be considered wrong. Okay, so please be careful on answering the short answer. So it can be like this, and then you can click next page. Okay, so you can do that on every number of these kind of questions. Okay, so the next in mixed questions. In this exercise mix, there are several types of kind of questions, and here you can see there is multiple choice, and then the other can be short answer, the other one can be true or false. You just directly choose or type down the correct answer. Okay, so good luck in doing your assignments and exercises. Thank you.
Okay, so that was the explanation, and also how to do the exercises. So I hope you always check the time, the due date that I give you for the exercises. So please always remember the due date. I don't want you to be late and then finally cannot submit your exercise. So good luck.